Greetings, beloveds, and peace be with you. I'm Reverend Mitzi, and welcome to Unity of Tempe. Knock, knock. Radio. Radio not, it's a new year. Here we are, 2025. And today is the 12th and last day of Christmas. And it is officially when the Christmas decorations come down. And tomorrow is Epiphany. And as we meet on the grounds of the Church of the Epiphany, I thought it would be good to know that the word epiphany comes from the Greek and means appearance or manifestation. And multiple revelations of Jesus are celebrated on the Feast of the Epiphany. The Western Church commemorates the visit of the Magi to the baby Jesus, and the Eastern Church commemorates Jesus' baptism in the Jordan River and the wedding at Cana, where Jesus performed his first miracle, which was what? Yes, turning water into wine. So tonight, our Episcopalian friends, and they're all running around right now because the Bishop of Arizona is here. And so they're all like, they're all on high alert today. But anyways, tonight, and she is a female bishop, so yay, go women power. Tonight, our Episcopalian friends here will have a celebration from 5 to 7 with the annual burning of the greens and a brief worship service outside in the courtyard. And then they'll have a potluck. And if you want to attend that, it's for the Feast of Epiphany, please bring a food item and dress appropriately because it will be outside and it will be Episcopalian. So yes, but they're having that tonight. But unity highlights that the story of the Magi visiting the newborn Jesus symbolizes the unveiling of divine love and wisdom within us. And just as the star guided the wise men to Jesus, the light of divine wisdom guides us to a deeper understanding of our own Christ nature and recognizing that Christ's presence within each other and all people. And that awareness can start small. It's like a little baby. And that as we continue to nurture it, it can grow bigger and bigger and become a big part of our lives. So now I'm going to introduce you to our series. And I did change the title because it didn't really fit. I had to write it really quick for Christmas Eve or the last Sunday of December. But it is actually Reveal Your Path for 2025. And each year in January, I do some version of this, kind of very similar. And it is so that we can receive spiritual clarity and guidance on our goals and intentions for the coming year. And this series has a lot of journaling and meditation and reflection in it. So if you don't, everyone has a notepad and a piece of paper. Yes, great. So I encourage you to bring your own journal or notepad next week. And this will be at least a 3-part series because we do our goals and visioning. That'll be a couple of weeks. And then that's not just the key of it. The key of it is tools for putting it into action. Because we can have all the goals in the world, but we have to have plans for action. So many people start the new year by setting goals. And then by the second or third week, they're forgotten. And why is that? It's because there's a lot of energy at the onstart of a new year. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then they're forgotten by the second or third week. There's not a lot of follow through. It's kind of like the person who said, well, last year I was able to keep track of all my New Year's resolutions tucked away in a journal on my bookshelf. So Ron gave me a funny book for Christmas in 2020. 2020, remember that year? Oh my goodness, how could we forget? I needed a funny book that year. And it is I know I've shared this before, so bear with me. But so some of you will remember, that book was entitled, I Could Pee on This, and Other Poems by Cats. So there's a poem in that book that really jumps out at me for this time of year. And here it is. I think I could jump to that top shelf I want to jump to that top shelf. I know I can jump to that top shelf. I am jumping to that top shelf. I missed that top shelf by a good 6 feet. And now everything is on the floor. And I'm left wondering why people even bother buying china if it breaks so easily. Yeah, it is absolutely hilarious. And it applies to our jumping into goals without adequate planning, which is why I do a series on this and not just usually a one-day thing. I think last year I actually did a one-day because we had a lot of other things going on. But, you know, wishful thinking is not the same as science, nor is it the same as action. And a goal without a wish also, a goal without action is just a wish. Right? I wish I could do this, that, or the other. We have to have action to it. So we're going to do some preliminary things to allow us to fully step into this new year. Who is dinging? I think it's Kent Reeney's phone. All right. Could you check on your phone and see if it's dinging? All right. If it's not Kent, I invite you to check your phone and see if it's dinging. So, I know. So we're going to do some preliminary things to allow us to fully step into this new year, because while many of us may be apprehensive about 2025, ready or not, here it is. So we begin with one of our favorite G words, which is yes, I heard it, gratitude, yes. And so we're going to look at things that we are grateful for in 2024. And so I invite you, before you start writing, to just, if you can, if you're comfortable, close your eyes for a moment. If you're ready to write down, that's fine too. But I invite you, if you're not quite sure, close your eyes, put your feet on the floor, and think back to some of the things that you are grateful for in the past year. Think of times where you were proud of yourself. Did you adapt to a challenging year with patience and love for humanity? Did you stay healthy, mostly healthy? Learn a new skill? Were you part of our Unity of Tempe prayer team? Did you have a shift in perspective about what's important in life? A greater appreciation for your loved ones? A greater appreciation for your communities, for community in general, and for your spiritual community? Did your business survive and even thrive? Did you welcome new family members? A baby, a grandbaby, a great-grandbaby, a great-great-grandbaby, a niece, a nephew, or a four-legged? Did you travel? Did you take up a new project? I invite you to take a few minutes to make a gratitude list for 2024. So begin to finish that up. I know it's not enough time for all the things that we're grateful for. I hope it's not enough time, I should say. Certainly not enough time for me. But you can finish this at home, and I do encourage you to spend more time with it at home. So the next thing we're going to do to clear our slate, to allow us to step into this new year, is release. And release is so important in unity. It's so important, in fact, that it's one of our 12 unity powers. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, said, let's read this together. A healthy state of mind is attained when the thinker willingly lets go of the old thoughts and takes on the new. And I love that this picture I found, he's reading The Power of Your Subconscious Mind by Joseph Murphy. I think we need to bring back some Murphy's, what was it, mystical moments, magical? Murphy's mesmerizing moments in 2025, yes. So, if we cling to the past, to having to be right, to unforgiveness, to believing this is really important, listen up to this. If we cling to believing that the only good that we have is what we can see right now, we fight against ourselves. So I know for some of you, there's some big things going on in your life right now, and it's like, but what if I let go of this? What's coming? I don't know, but I know God wants good for us. And when we look at the world, we can experience a ton of emotions right now, including deep fear, deep concern. We really can. And yet we're encouraged again and again in a scripture that I know I share a lot, not to be conformed to the world, but let's say this together, do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. And that is our intention for today, renewal. So we renew our mind by letting go of old beliefs, thoughts, emotions, and stories that keep us stuck and debilitated. Because when we cling to those, we block the good that is waiting for us into our life. So, are you ready? I know Dennis did a great message last week on forgiveness, but are you ready to let go of some things today? Because this is a fun part for us. We get to do some shredding in a moment. So you're going to write down things that you are willing to release today. Maybe you're really resentful at someone and you're like, this isn't really keeping me very healthy. And you're like, I want to let it go. I'm not sure. I'm dipping my toe. I'll take a deep leap into this. Maybe there are some institutions that you're like, oh, I don't know if I can trust or anything like that. But when we let go, we open ourselves up to experience greater good. Maya Angelou said, we delight in the beauty of the butterfly, but rarely admit the changes it has gone through to achieve that beauty. Right? So let's say together, I let go and I let God. I let go and I let God. I let go and I let God. So I invite you now to, as you listen to the meditation music, I see many people are already writing, and that's wonderful. That's great. You don't need to do the meditation if you're already. But here's a few of the things, and you could start the music, Ron, for me. Are there people, places, institutions, or situations towards which you are carrying resentments, negativity, or anger? Write them down. Their name will be shredded. You're not letting anyone else see this. Is there emotional or physical pain you're holding on to you that you want to be free of? What needs to be let go of? And as you close your eyes, or as you write down, examine some of the things that are still troubling you that you're ready to let go of. If you're writing in a journal, be willing to tear this page out or get a page from someone who has a loose page so that you can shred it, because we don't want that in your journal. And if you'd like to have a little meditation time, do that now. when you are finished with your list, or when you have things on there that you're just like, I got to get this out of my hands right now, you can go up to the shredder and shred it. And I am itching to get rid of this. Is there anyone who has not had a chance to shred their things yet? Jen and Connie, were you able to shred? Yes, okay. Brilliant. And I love that Linda said I could write for a long time more. You know what? I encourage you to do that at home. And if you don't have a shredder at home, let us know. We'll be happy to bring this back or leave this week. Actually, we'll just leave it here this week. And then if you're like, I don't have a shredder at home, but I want it shredded, write it out, bring it in next week, and before service, just shred away. Because there is things that we don't think of necessarily, and then we're like, oh yeah, that. I knew one thing. I was like, it's going in there right away. So, yes. So now, about 20 years ago, Spirit revealed to me a word that would be my spiritual compass for the upcoming year. And that has actually happened every year for me since then. And over the years, my words have included curiosity, love a few times, intelligence, gratitude, harmony, generosity, revitalize, wisdom, bloom. You remember when I got that word, bloom, some of you. I love that word. And last year it was friendship. Loved that word. And my word for the year, it's always really important to me because I let it be a guide for the year. Who remembers their word from last year? One person, two people. So I'm really hoping that if you get a word for this year, you don't tuck it away in a journal on the bookshelf, but you kind of write it on your heart and keep it with you. So that I know, Ron, you remembered your word, but you didn't like it. But would you share what your word was? He didn't like the word last year. But I encourage you to let it be impactful in your life so that next year when we gather, every single hand will shoot up and go, I absolutely remember my word. Write it in your car, write it on your mirror, write it everywhere so that you remember and let yourself be led by it. And this word, friendship, this year was so impactful for me. I made so many new friends this year, including Mary Jo, who's with us, who I just met in December she's an amazing artist, at the Tempe Arts Festival, and then again at the Phoenix Arts Festival. And then, I met friends at Jazz Vespers, some musicians friends, all in December. People at the dog park that I've been sharing about. When I went to Barcelona, I made new friends. In England, it's been a year of deepening and beautiful friendships. So how do you go about getting your spiritual word? Well, the first thing to do is to relax, because your word will be revealed to you as you ask for it in the perfect time. So, here's some of the ideas for spiritual words: love, faith, hope, joy, peace, strength, kindness, abundance, courage, wisdom, life, zeal, health, flexibility, understanding, forgiveness, patience, creativity, curiosity, trust, gratitude, friendship, imagination, generosity, create, bloom, grow, advance, shine, connect, embrace, listen, adjust. Oof. That was one Ron came up for this year. He said, yeah, just might be a big one for this year. So maybe one of those resonates with you and maybe none of them resonate with you. And that's okay. But what I invite you to do is to get quiet now within your heart and listen. Listen for a word that bubbles up for you. And maybe you're not sure, maybe there's like 3 words, but you're like, I just want to have one. And I really do encourage you to just have one. As we saw, many people weren't able to remember one word, so we encourage you to just have one word for this year. What is that word that Spirit is guiding you? And maybe you hear one word and you're like, yeah, it's that. And then there's another one behind it and you think, oh, I really think it's that word. It's that word behind it. So listen carefully. What is the word that your soul is desiring for you this year? The word that will spiritually help you to be the person you are to be in 2025, that will support you in all of your endeavors. So don't stress, just relax. And if a word comes up for you, or when a word comes up for you, write it down. If a word has come up for you, raise your hand, please. Write that word down. If one hasn't come up for you yet, know that it will be revealed in the perfect time. Corey, I want to know your word for last year. Growth. All right. And what's your word for this year? Abundance. Good word. Okay. So who raised their hand? Who has a word for this year? Linda, what's your word? Love.
It was revealed like in November.
Brilliant. Excellent. Dennis? Go. Creativity. Who else? Sandra? Soar. Reading. Can read more if you just turn on the subtitles on telly, I heard. No, I'm just kidding. Yes. Truth. Choose. Choose. Beautiful. Who else? Ron. Oh, Jesse. Perseverance. Ron.
Okay, so.
Okay.
First one that came up was acceptance.
Okay.
Then the next one that came up that I went, oh, is exploration.
Oh. Which one do we think he has more energy around? Exploration. Who else? Yes. Energy. Anyone else? Yes, Megan. Peace. Beautiful. I love you guys so much. I love our community. So, I don't know. I thought I was going to get friendship again this year. I was like, I really want friendship. I loved my word last year. But I'm getting a couple of different ones that are coming up. First of all, I had faith. And I'm like, no, I don't think it was that. And then here, when I was standing here, I got joy. And I'm like, that's fascinating for this particular year. But maybe it is. I've had joy before. So I'm going to sit with mine. And if you're not sure, sit with it this week. You will be sure. You will get clarity. And last year, I think I had to wait a while and it came in. So if you haven't got your word, just sit with it. Know that it will come up. And if there's anything else that you want to release, write them down, bring it in next week or shred it at home or rip it up. Don't keep it in your journal because you don't want to carry that energy in with you. And if there's any more gratitude, be sure to look at that. And so next week, we're going to delve deeper into seeing what Spirit is calling us for, particularly this coming year. And so don't forget to bring what? Journal, notebook, can just be a notebook, and a pen, because you're going to get specific things that you're going to want. And then we'll also, on the third week, be looking at how to begin manifesting those. So in order to align with this, we are going, hello. In order to align with this, we are going to now have a beautiful song with one of our favorites, Karen Drucker. So here we go.
I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well. And every day I affirm and pray that I'm blessed with let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I am well, I am well, I am well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well, all is well. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. I relax, let go, release and surrender. All is well, all is well. I am well, I am well. All is well, all is well. I am well. Ooh-wee.
One of our favorite, and let us say together, I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. Yes, we are. And so thank you for all of your tithes and givings in December. Thank you. Your year-end givings were wonderful, so thank you. Now we're into a new year, so I encourage you to keep that gift going so that you know that as we give, we receive. So let us say that together. I am a joyful sharer of my good. I remember that as I give, I receive, and that God is my source. And here is our QR code. And Deborah, would you mind? Thank you so much. That would be wonderful. Oh, thank you, Spirit, for these gifts and offerings. We bless the giver and the receiver. We bless the stewardship of their use. We bless every person because we know, as Corey has affirmed, for his word, abundance. We see that abundance coming to us individually, collectively, as a community, and that we prosper in every way, in our finances, in our health, and in our life. And we are grateful, Divine Spirit, and so it is love. Thank you, Deborah. Thank you, Joe. Thank you. And so it is. Amen. And thank you for those prayer box, for all the prayers in the prayer box also. Thank you. And so, food collection for Matthew's Crossing, you can bring it in any time, or our intentional collection will be on the 26th. Food insecurity, see Reverend Kent about that after service. And next week we'll be diving in deeper, so be sure to be here because you want specific goals, right? And then please remember that you are loved. You are loved. Let us affirm together our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. All is well, and we are grateful. And those of you watching online, have a wonderful week, and we look forward to seeing you in person very, very soon.